Hello, digital
Go
card
for it.
fighters. This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, bringing you a podcast of the second episode. We are going over some fantastic subjects today, and we have our amazing co-hosts, Final Phase and Anteiku Nation. They are back with us again, as always. Continue each week for proceeding to show off what we can do for just chatting and hanging out. And we're going to be going over, as you know, it's been the Christmas holiday. So the first topic of the day will be all about what we've had fun with. I think we had a lot of news between everybody over the holidays. So let's
begin. It is great to have you guys come and join us once again. It is crazy that we're doing this for episode 2. Also, it's crazy that it's actually 2 a.m. in Australia, which is pretty nice. It is nice, bright and early here. But yeah, guys, we know sometimes the camera may lag a little bit. I don't know why, but we're actually streaming straight from Discord. What do you want to say?
You can blame Anteiku Nation for making Final Phase stay up till 3 a.m. this time around.
Nothing but love for you, Scott.
That's
Nothing but love for you.
That's weird. My stream has essentially just frozen. What is my thing doing? Okay, there we go. It's back now. Anyway, yeah. So holiday time is pretty exciting. Once again, though, guys, welcome so much to the stream. It's a pleasure to have everyone here with us today. I can see you there, Ark, so welcome. We are having a lot of fun doing this. We had some great topics last week. And what did we talk about last week?
What did we
talk about last week, Anteiku?
Favorite? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good, man. No, we talked about, like, what got us into card games, what games we actually like to dive into, like, with Kyle and you, Final Phase, you guys are mostly TCG. I hit on Monster Hunter a little bit, trying to get that balancing act in, and we did discuss Vanguard Zero, to an extent, but we did say what we got for today, the meta, and what we got to look forward to, which is, I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, for sure. And that was those were some really great topics as well that we could quite easily discuss about, and especially considering you and I and Avatar as well have been playing card games for an incredibly long time, haven't we, guys?
Long time.
We live, sleep, breathe card games. There isn't very often where we're probably shuffling a deck or something.
Maybe you do. Maybe you sleep, breathe card games. But yeah. But we have these topics to discuss about holidays and events, etc. Card reveals as well today, and the Vanguard Zero actually did right. They're the 3 main topics that we are discussing today on stream. So that is super great. But on top of that as well, I'm engaged. That's super exciting. That was my event for the holidays. I mean, Christmas was lovely, but I am engaged.
So
yes,
the
that's
question
right.
is,
I was the man.
did she get on the knee or did you take
knee.
the knee?
Hey.
I want to know. Did she take the knee or did you take the knee?
Well, look, I proposed, and then she proposed back to me, which was super lovely and super great. So
everybody pulled out a ring and go like, I have a ring.
Yeah.
Will you marry me? I'll marry you. Will you marry me? I'll marry you too. That's awesome.
Essentially what happened, and it was so lovely. It was so lovely.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So that's my holiday events. I mean, a lot of my holiday event has actually been streaming as well. I mean, you'll see my channel. We're going live. We're going live again. This is my 3rd stream today, so this is my triple stream. I'm actually pretty well used to this now, but anyway.
Until you have to go back to work.
Until I'm back to work, yeah. So, but today I've done Genshin, Smash, and now this. So that is a triple stream. Tomorrow is actually my content creator day. So again, my holidays seem to be very well dedicated to the channel and, to that progression forward. How about you, Anteiku? Tell us about your holidays, man.
Oh man, we've got a bunch of relatives in town. Family we don't really get to see a whole lot. They're coming in from Georgia and Florida, so super excited about that. Actually, one of my wife's uncles is a guitarist for a rock band called Deicide. They're very popular over in Europe, so it's always a pleasure, have them here and get to chill with them. As a matter of fact, we actually opened presents on Christmas Eve, so that Christmas Day we had special gifts for the kids that they opened up that were, like I said, from Santa. And so we all kind of chilled out, man. We had some Christmas dinner, and I got to watch a new Wonder Woman movie. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. How was that? Was that good?
It was actually pretty good. I don't think, in my opinion, it was as good as the first one. My wife loved it because she's a huge Wonder Woman fan.
Wonder Woman fan, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was good though. It was good.
Yeah. I am not a huge Wonder Woman fan myself, because when I viewed the movie before, like all I saw was just this flashback of no, hang on, it was something else. I don't know. I just saw like this white line, and I didn't know what she did. What?
Yeah, you're
couldn't hear you.
Maybe you watched the first Wonder Woman, like the 1983 version.
Anyway, look, when I watched it, I was kind of like, Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I'm more of an anime fan anyway. Like when people say, "Have you seen this?" and I'm like, "What anime is it from?" and they're like, "It drives me nuts." But I need anime if I'm gonna watch anything at all. But yeah. Anyway, shall we move on to the next topic? What are the events that you guys have been up to?
You didn't even let me talk. You did not let me talk. I didn't even get the. I didn't even talk. No,
we don't know what Kyle got. We don't know what Kyle got.
I know, that's so disrespectful.
I'm so sorry. Kyle.
Stop taking leads. This is not your channel. This is not your podcast.
It's 2 a.m. in Australia.
This is a combo podcast. Oh yeah, guys. On that note as well, this is a combo podcast, and we actually, Anteiku's leading, and he comes up with the ideas of what we're going to talk about as well.
You mean Rye? You said Anteiku.
Tell us what you're doing for your holidays.
That would be
Scott. You gotta get. It's me. I come up with the topics, guys. Scott's like all over the place at 3 a.m. No, it was a lot of fun. I did a lot of rushing around.
You said Anteiku. I'm like, wait a minute, that would be Kyle.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did not even mean to. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, Avatar comes up with the topics, guys, and we are guests on the channel. And even though we both stream, it's still
everybody's
idea, and we help it.
So again,
sorry about that.
Talking about what I got a lot of fun stuff. First off, I did get a Kingdom Hearts game that I've been waiting for to play, and that's Melody of Memory. That'll be a live stream event that we're gonna play through all Kingdom Hearts games and on the hardest difficulty, and watch me cringe and die to every fight that I die to. But again, I went and spent time with a lot of the family, ran around, everything like that. My family is split.
Yeah.
Like, with me and my wife, I have, like, 3 to 4 places to visit in, like, a course of 2 days.
Wow. Really?
So, yeah, my family is not the easiest to get around to because everybody's so spread out.
No.
So, again, it's tough. But, again, I got nice clothing. I got some stuff. I worked crazy hours just to keep up paying bills and stuff like that, but this should be the last week I have to go crazy because holidays are finally over, so I don't have to go like, I'm dying.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So now we can move over to the card reveals and stuff like that. So let's bump.
But wait, before you say that, I will say that sounds like a cool holiday avatar. That is good. I'm so glad you told us. By the way, you're gonna wear your headset as well. Like it's currently. Do you have 2 headsets or something?
I can hear you guys even around my neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take this the wrong way, but with it like this, you're breathing into your mic. It might be better for your recording.
Yeah, it's popping in and out a little bit.
So, yeah.
Again.
Just a heads up.
Okay. So let's dive right into the next one. We had set 14 revealed, which brings us with Galaxy, Blau, Luger, Blue Wave Dragon, Tetra Drive Dragon, Star Vader, Chaos Breaker Dragon, Ouch, and Super Dimensional Robo Die Kaiser, and then Cleaning Celestial Ramiel Reverse. And so we know we had some very decent, amazing stuff that got revealed, and we also got massive did someone take an arrow to the knee kind of situation. So we'll go over the massive king known as Chaos Breaker. We're gonna have Final Phase go over Chaos Breaker. We'll have Anteiku go over the amazing Dai Kaiser, and I will go over Daiusha Reverse. So, and we each will give our opinions on them and proceed from there. So go ahead.
Cool.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, I'll just bring it up on my screen now. So guys, as you can see, this here is the amazing Chaos Breaker Dragon. Everyone loves this card, or did love this card, but there have been some significant changes with this recently. In fact, a lot of people have even said on the Vanguard Zero community Facebook page that they wouldn't even recommend using this card even. Now, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I reckon they've just probably balanced it for the Zero meta. But they have here, it says, Limit Break 4, at the start of the turn, Counterblast 1 to retire one of your opponent's rear guards that was unlocked during your opponent's last end phase. That's pretty much what it was before, right, guys?
No.
It was a Soul Blast.
It was a Soul Blast.
Soul Blast, and it also happened at the opponent's end phase. So you weren't...
That's right.
This is immediately at the start of turn, so this is a little bit different in timing too. So it makes it so you don't interact on your opponent's turn at all.
Exactly. So we actually have two critical changes there with the cost and the timing. And it says if you did draw a card, which is the main thing anyways, that you're cycling through your deck as well, and the alternative Counterblast 1 and discard Starvader cards from your hand to lock one of your opponent's rear guards. So that's the normal thing. So the biggest change is definitely the timing.
There is differences that you actually are missing. So again, there are changes massively for it. So again, originally was 1 card discard for the Counterblast, but now it's 2. And now it had to be previously locked. It also has previous locked. That's the thing. It's now previously locked that previous turn. So again, now it's choose one of your opponent's rear guards. Lock was its original thing. So you had a choice of whoever you decided to lock. But now it's like if you overcall something after your turn or something like that, had some way of doing that, you now have a way of preventing chaos from going off.
Wow. Yeah,
they nerfed him into the ground. Like his synergy is just all sorts of off right now.
Yeah. No, I just organized the thing on my screen here. Actually had Anteiku's icon literally covering over Counterblast 1 and discard 2 Starvader. So looking at that now, that is super disappointing. I wonder why they would do that.
So
I wonder why they would.
It's bad because
change it so much.
They had to, because lock mechanic in this game is way too overpowered, because again, you're forced to call down 2 rear guards to always try to block a turn. So you're forced to do something and you have no way of guarding from hand besides a PG. So again, without these mechanics, you're forced into a mechanic playstyle that Chaos just dominates in, because Chaos lives and breathes on rearguard punishment. Yeah.
But of course, though, we all know that, unfortunately, the game is so much different from the original. I actually don't mind this change massively, because I probably wouldn't play Link Joker, in my opinion. So if you're someone who's not going to play it, you're probably like secretly cheering. You're probably like, yeah, that thing has been nerfed. But at the same time, it actually would be really cool to play this deck. But Counterblast 1 and discard 2 to lock 1, that is huge. I'd rather just play like Narukami, drop a card and retire someone's rear guard and then attack the game, you know? Like, obviously you're locking to cancel out attacks during your opponent's turn, but probably locking as well to go for game when they're sitting at 5. But essentially, that's the difference between a Kagero / Narukami versus Link Joker, is the fact that Link Joker is going to be valid if they're going to keep doing this. It's going to be valid throughout the game, whereas still Narukami and Kagero, it's still great to retire, but particularly on that phase when they're sitting at 5, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to go for game. So it does seem that, this is a bit of a heavy cost to discard 2. I still reckon just discarding 1 would be enough. Like, why wouldn't they think of maybe like discard 1 grade 3?
Because like, Chaos is always gaining advantage. So again, it's already they don't, no matter what, Chaos is gaining. You're drawing 2 cards a turn with Chaos, and they want to prevent that. They don't. They want to. They want to mitigate it.
Your face just now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously though, I do think that it should have been something like discard 1, grade 3, because the chance of having that in your hand is still fairly high. But at the same time, there is a chance where you might be sitting there going, "Oh, did I have a grade 3 or not?" You know, it's kind of like that Glory Maelstrom with the Cross Ride. You know that one where it's Counterblast 2. Then they can drop a null guard, but they have to have a grade 3. That's kind of what I'm thinking of with this. That imagine if the change was to have that grade 3, this card would be far more balanced, and people would actually probably consider using it a lot more.
They'll use it. They're all whiny babies about it right now. At the end of the day, they don't know what to do with it because there's no countercharger yet. But again, in Legion era, deleters give them a countercharger off the bat. And again, the Chaos, if I remember correctly, by reading him correctly, he just says discard. Oh no, it is 2 Starvaders. So again, it would.
Yeah, 2 specific.
Yeah. So again, that is an option for you guys to play. Is the countercharger deleter in the beginning, because again, you're going to be waiting until late G era to gain your countercharger. So.
It's just I don't know, man. I feel like they overcosted. I mean, I don't want to say overcosted, but they did. Somebody just dropped some. Oh, Mother Dragon, thank you for the cheer. Thank you. It's just like Nubatama. Like if Nubatama hadn't been checked in, like they gave Nubatama all these counterblast costs. They've done the same thing to Link Joker. They just it's check and balances is what it is, because it's like Kyle said. Like if left unchecked, Chaos Breaker would have wrecked the meta. You would see nothing but Chaos Breaker, and then that's just not a very healthy meta. Also, you know, Kyle's right too in the fact that, like, yeah, we don't get a countercharger till like way later. I saw people on Twitter actually just the other day talking about that, like, oh, they don't have a countercharger and all these abilities cost counterblast. And that's kind of like the issue I have with Nubatama. Nubatama just got nerfed. In my opinion, they're not as good as Murakumo because they got nerfed into the ground of the fact that, like, you've got all these resources and it's a big resource management for the clan in order to get the abilities off. And I was a bit surprised that Chaos got touched. I mean, in a sense, because they did touch the starter. So not only have they nerfed the starter for Link Joker, but now we're seeing a nerf to Big Bad that we all love and know. And now I don't know. I don't know what people are gonna do. Like, will we see Chaos Breaker still, or will they move on to Schwarzschild? Because Schwarzschild is actually pretty good in Zero, and I think that's, you know, we'll touch on that later because you guys want to talk about like what changes they made to Zero. So I'm going to save that comment for later.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, let's move to your card. So I'm going to rearrange my screen real quick.
Blade Stride, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome
to
Anteiku.
Thank you, Blade Stride, as well. So go ahead, Anteiku, kick us off with the amazing Dai Kaiser.
Yes, my DP baby, also different fights, baby. Oh, what is this? I got an emote. Thanks from Mother Dragons. Thank you. Oh, welcome. Okay, guys. So this is one I've been waiting for. Super Dimensional Robo Dai Kaiser, grade 3 triple rare for D Police. So it's limit break 4. When rode upon, you may counterblast 1 to have your Vanguard get power plus 10,000, a crit. And the coup de grace, the following ability is once per turn, when your drive check reveals a grade 3, your opponent must activate 2. That's 2 PGs at the same time when you're activating a Sentinel for a perfect guard effect until the end of battle. That is brutal.
That
so
is
you're not stripping
brutal.
1.
Wow.
You're not stripping 1, you're stripping 2. All right, and also when this unit is boosted, it gets plus 3k. So we see the generic Break Ride unit get, being a 14k beat stick. This is good. This is so good. I do have some issues with the deck, and I'll get into that. What are you guys' thoughts though initially on this one?
You can go first, Avatar.
So again, this time it makes it so that it's a little more fair because, again, being able to originally do is when this unit drive check reveals a grade 3 dimensional police, choose one of your opponent's guardians, retire it. Again, they had to change it, and then that unit effect with it cannot be hit is nulled. So again, it made it that you had to drop 2 PGs anyway if you wanted a perfect guard against your death. But again, it's now being 2 no guards now can rip out a lot more and be more menacing, or it keeps it so you're kind of stay alive a little bit more because, again, now being able to play the other PGs and they won't activate right away makes it now confusing to your opponent. Now this becomes a mind game against the Deep Police player because now you have the PGs that go off at 3, and now his effect will activate, and if it reveals a grade 3, congratulations, now it doesn't activate, but now you have a hidden PG that your opponent doesn't know because they won't know if you are playing the old one now. So now you can play this mind game against your opponent, which is very interesting and very, very well designed, I think, because now it benefits both PGs to be played in almost like a 2-2 fashion.
Agreed.
I think the fact that this just smashes through an extra null guard, like, that is nuts. Like, you would definitely hang on to this card by, like, 3 damage done to your opponent, maybe 4, and then all of a sudden you ride this thing and you've probably won the game. Sorry, like, right over this. Like, that is a crazy good card. The fact that it is 11k as well, that makes it... Yeah, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, really what you'd want to do is, like, you'd want to break ride Daikaiser over Daikaiser. So you want to kind of pressure them. If you could do it, if you could get multiple break rides off and then go into the coup de grace with your great Dayusha, because when you break ride with Dayusha, it's going to be 3 crits at their face.
Yep.
And then it's like, you heal or you die at that point. But my issue is that in the old school Daikaiser decks, where we had the freedom of putting more grade 3s in the deck, you would actually increase your grade 3 ratio so that you would hit likelier the dry check of a grade 3.
You would be sitting at 13 grade 3s naturally in a Kaiser deck.
Yeah, but it's like now we can't kind of mess with the ratio. That kind of hurts a little bit, but maybe it won't affect us so bad because, like Kyle said, you would literally have 13 grade 3s in a deck that otherwise would run like 8, 9 maybe.
Well, don't forget you also get the bird. The bird, I think one of the newer units, the grade 2, doesn't it also later on they get is literally says
counts as a grade 3.
Yeah, when revealed. So again, now you're upping your chances with no trigger effect, but again, counting as a grade 3 for the check is just way too important.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think that what you said was that riding over the top with Daikaiser on Daikaiser, and then the next turn on Daikaiser, and then Great Dayusha when you're finally ready, that is huge. I reckon people should start saving for this card immediately.
Oh,
like 100%.
Oh, I am on it.
Like, when does this card come out in global? February or something?
This won't be until like what, March or April?
Okay.
April,
well, we have
April.
Plenty of time, people, to start farming. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
We have 4 solid months to start.
I mean, and he's just so awesome, man. Who doesn't love a good mech?
I know. It's a very good mech. It is great. It is great. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely do think that this is a really great card and a massive game changer. But especially in regards to that, Ark said in my chat he's already saving, so he's making a wise decision there. Yeah,
you gotta be saving all day long for that card.
Do you reckon you should use Laurel in this deck or not? Like having Laurel?
Yes, you could use Laurel. Like
yes.
The problem is that you will only get the guard. You would only get the guard restrict once per turn. But the fact that you're still swinging for such a beefy number, and you're still getting 4 drive checks, and he still actually does. Yeah, he still has the crit. So both times he's still going to swing for crit. Now, if you got Great Dayusha over it, that's 3 crits, swinging in their face twice.
That's pretty hectic.
It's good. It's so good.
That's pretty damn good. Here's a question though as well. Can you actually get any units in Dayusha? Sorry, in Dimensional Robo, is there anything that can actually retire your opponent's rear guards? I don't think there is there?
No, unfortunately. They are all center lane focused. Like the whole deck, the clan itself's always been the Vanguard is the MVP of the clan, and they focus on that. If they got retired, the clan would be busted. Especially in Zero, it would be it would be busted.
It would be very busted.
Basically, Dimensional Robos is MLB on steroids. They literally are only hindered because of the fact is they can't get rid of a rear guard free of cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And it's
Shall we
also
move to
very
Kyle's stuff, or do you-
yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's
comments?
keep going.
So we have the final amazing card, and that is your Dark Dimensional Robo Reverse Daiusha. We know that it comes in at the cost when our great hero lost his fight and he became reversed and fell to the darkness, and now he rides over with such a great and powerful unit. So again, Dark Dimensional Robo Reverse Daiusha originally was very much powerful, but this new iteration just helps out so much because with his new effect of Counterblast, lock 2-dimensional Robo Rearguards to have one of your opponent's units get minus 10,000 until the end of turn. We already know who's getting hit, right? The Vanguard's already going down to 1,000. 1,000 power. And then when this unit attacks a unit with power 6,000 or less Vanguard, which we already know is going to be 6,000 less because it's already at 1,000. So it gains an extra critical for no cost to anything but himself. So again, being able to lock 2-dimensional rear guards is a little costly, but again, that was originally what it did. So again, this was copy and paste of its original ability, except it gained an extra critical on the new aspect of it. And this new effect buffed it to the point where this makes it so it's very threatening and it fits the Daiusha playstyle, and it's not just like thinking, oh, I'm a Zeal card that should have been a Zeal card.
Right. Which everybody's arguing that Zeal is better because, I debuff more than just the Vanguard, and it goes down by, I guess, a larger sum. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what Zeal does exactly, but I'm like, this is still good. This is still like really strong. The only deck I could see that would even muck with this deck is going to be Shirayuki. Like,
yeah. But even then, Shirayuki can't save it. It really can't. Shirayuki cannot save this against it, especially with the cross-riding and stuff like that. That's still not enough. And it'll prioritize the PG first then. And again, Shirayuki will not activate under normal circumstances to try to save itself twice. It cannot.
True.
So again, the way it's programmed, it makes it very hard for Shirayuki to, or even Mandela Lord, to guard this attack. Because it'll prioritize the PG, but then if it cannot prioritize the PG to guard out the attack, it will not activate the Shirayuki to protect itself. It will decide to die. You will lose because Shirayuki cannot activate under that normal circumstances to protect it.
Gotcha. I still think Great Daiusha is better, though.
That idea of retiring your back row. Sorry, actually locking your back row. I mean, if you think about it, 2/2, one's going to boost the other anyway. The opponent's Vanguard is either going to be 0 or 1. So you're locking. I mean, the difference is it's kind of like your Vanguard is gaining like 10k in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of like, even though it looks like your opponent's minus 10, you're just gaining 10 and a critical. That's really all that's really happening here.
And all you got to do is lock the back row, the one behind Daiusha, because at that point you don't really need it. Because it's like you said, you're basically gaining plus 10k. So you just lock the one behind him, lock one behind a grade 2, and you're golden.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we also have the 12k swinger anyway. So again, most units that are 12k base we don't care about because we do have Die Bird that literally says I swing in for 12k and I hit anything I choose.
Yeah. Yeah. So in other words, you could swing with 2 grade 2s, one that's a 12k, one that's not. You're going to hit. You're going to be like hit, and then it boosts with the Vanguard if you didn't lock the booster behind it, and that's going to hit as well.
The only downside,
guaranteed hits.
The only downside of this card, though, that's through maybe 2 to 3, because again, you can't restand Laurel with this. Because
that is the biggest downfall for me with this card. You can't use Laurel.
But again, you couldn't use Laurel in the beginning anyway, but the problem is if your opponent gets lucky and hits a trigger on this, it's back up to its original power, and then the extra critical is shut off. So again, you gotta be cautious on how you swing with this, because again, this card is very thought focused. You have to think.
Yeah.
It's like, do I swing with the rear guard to chance the trigger? You gotta look at your opponent's field. When's the last time they triggered? the reverse Dayusha is a mind game in itself. You have to think. Like, or you're going to be playing a lot of the Zeal cards that literally just come in and minus whatever the heck they want. So you might be splashing that in to lower your consistency, though. And that's going to be troublesome if you're lowering your consistency to get this off. So, again, it's that give and take situation that you need to play. Because, again, reverse Dayusha didn't really care about the high-end numbers because it didn't really care about break riding with Kaiser sometimes. But, again, reverse was straight up thinking, like, I go do this. Especially with the buffs they gave Dayusha in the previous set, where he can pretty much randomly pull a grade 2, grade 3 if he needs it. That's very useful, and this is very thought process. But again, you can either hit or miss in this situation. So again, it's that wave, and especially being able to cross ride and become a 13k base. It's really challenging on it.
Yeah. No, I like that.
The mirror match is going
you need to think about it. You need to really think about the last trigger. Or again, you might just go like attack the 2 interceptors and straight up Vanguard versus Vanguard. Like, it's probably what most people are just going to have to do anyway. That is the least thought pattern is go attack, and then keep going.
You don't want to risk. You don't want to risk them. It's really going to be like, a high rolly move, because you're like, I could hit them with my rear guard. Maybe they don't hit a damage trigger. Maybe, but then if they do, then it feels bad because you've lost the crit. But that's the chance you take. I mean, even playing Die Kaiser over Die Kaiser or anything over Die Kaiser, it's still, that's what DP's kind of always been. Those are kind of high rolly. You take that chance. You go for the big play and hope that it pays off. And if it pays off, it always feels good. But then it's like, it didn't go off. And then it feels bad.
Yeah. Well, what I actually think you would do is always go Vanguard versus Vanguard and make sure you get that critical. Any extra triggers, obviously, to the rear guards. And then get that extra damage. That's at least 3. And then just use the other rear guards to just take out like any other grade 3s if that's available. Which it probably would be if you're going to, if you're actually thinking about, I'm going to attack this Vanguard 3 times, and there's probably grade 3s on either side. You may as well, go Vanguard first regardless. Always Vanguard first.
Yeah.
And then after that, if you're lucky, take another shot. If you're unlucky, take out both rear guards. And that's still a huge win. That's still a double shot at the Vanguard with that extra +1 critical. So it's a great card. I don't know if I'm going to run it. I think it's good. I don't know if I'm going to run it, though.
It's its own
deck.
deck.
Definitely think that, the whole Die Kaiser, great. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a variant deck.
Yeah. Like how
I definitely
reverse...
think that the last card we looked at, so good.
Yeah. Kaiser, the break ride is fantastic. Reverse Dayusha is going to be its own deck. And then you're going to have, what is it? Similar to how like the reverse units with Beast Deities are. They kind of broke them and segregated them. Kind of, you can't really play both in the same deck because they contradict their both play styles. So you have to like pick and choose which style you want to play. And again, it's making it very interesting because Zero is a weird mechanic game as it is, because you're either just giving up rear guards to be able to swing with boosters and stuff like that, or you're going to be hitting big numbers. So again, it's like that. You're in this middle road that you got to think.
Yeah. I mean, I like it though because it gives you diversity. Like it lends itself to have 2 different play style decks, and I like that because then you've got your one clan. Like if it's the clan you like to play, then you've got 2 different style of decks. Then you got 3 technically, because you can even do a Zeal break ride deck, I guess, if you wanted to. It'd be a little wonky, but you could kind of do it.
Yeah.
But I like that though. I like the diversity that it lends itself to.
Very much so. So now let's bring up, since we've gone over that, we also had a few other good reveals and goodies on it. We did get announced that they are giving out a pretty much practice fight where VP farmers can now sit there and farm for 500 VP. So you might start seeing slowly integration of less and less VP farmers because of this practice fight mode.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Everybody wants. So now you're going to have sweaty matches every single time you climb that ladder. So you're no longer going to get lucky and get like, oh, there's like 3 VP farmers. Cool, level up. But
no, I think it's definitely a good thing because, it's a little bit depressing when it keeps happening, I think. VP farmer, VP farmer, VP farmer really was ruining the game. I'm really glad that they actually did something.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this concept. Like the fact that the devs are actually listening and paying attention. I'm always a huge fan of that. I love it when they actually listen to the fan base and the players and then take it into consideration. This is them actually listening to us. And the fact that we still get the VP, even for doing it, like if you don't want to climb rank and you just want to have fun, less stressful fights, this is the way to do it. I mean, it gives you a way to practice too. It gives you a way to practice your deck so that, we talked about this before with the timer. Once you practice enough, you ought to know what moves you want to make, how you want to make them, instead of going into rank and all of a sudden, like myself, I have timed out and I'm just like over here cussing underneath my breath.
It happened to me the other day on the stream. We were all like, what the heck just happened? I was like to the audience, did I slow play? No.
The timer's not enough.
That the animations actually cut into your time as well. Did you guys know that? The animations.
Yes, it does.
That's why nobody plays
dumb.
Angel Feathers. No one plays Angel Feathers because of it.
Really?
Yeah, because the
So
Pegasuses
constantly
eat up so much of the time, and if you have multiple going off at once, it just eats up the timer like crazy, and you will time out.
Awful.
Yep.
That is awful. People have probably invested a huge amount of money to try and play this deck, and yet they can't play it because of the stupid timer. That needs to be looked
at. It is something they need to address. It does need to be looked at.
It needs to be extended
Like,
by
I
a few
get
more
why
seconds.
they did it.
What about the Japanese version?
Most people don't play Angel Feathers in
Is it
Japanese. They do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, no one plays the
It's the
animated
same
ones.
thing, right.
Yeah.
So again, Vanguard obviously needs to take a look at that. If it's a problem in both versions, they definitely need to think about that.
They need to make a
yeah.
toggle switch. All they need to do is take a toggle switch and make it just instant. Just so power. If you make a toggle switch, almost every deck it now cuts out on the animation time. That needs to be like, oh, this is now a second. 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 The second. Let's make it instantaneous.
How long is the timer?
On the timer?
How long is the timer? Do we know?
I think it's like you get a minute and a half of thinking process time. Like when it's full, I think it's like 2 to 3 minutes you get max. But then when it's like at the bar and a halves, you're looking at like a 30-second interval for all them. So I think it's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So again, it does eat up.
I'm interested. I'm gonna look in to see what the timer is on Hearthstone, for instance, and can kind of contrast and compare to see.
Well, Hearthstone
if they're similar or if they're very different.
If I remember correctly, animations do not cut into the timer. If I remember correctly,
They don't because if you end your turn and you're still got minions fighting and stuff, they're gonna finish their animations and do whatever they're doing, and then it'll switch over to the opponent's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bit. You can definitely learn from other games, even in Duel Links. Like sometimes the timer cuts down, and then you're like, ah! But I mean, most of the time it's cut down because you're too busy reading a paragraph like this long in Duel Links.
Yeah.
If you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you don't read. Nobody reads in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, you just
you just throw down cards.
Just one turn, kill them, and be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one turn, kill.
No, you definitely read in Duel Links. Like, there's heaps going on in Duel Links. Yeah, you definitely...
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is notorious for, the long paragraphs, man.
Yeah. Tell you what I think they actually did right in this. I reckon that they actually listened really well to the fact that the whole drop rate sucked for triple rares and all this kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually really glad that they took the time to listen and they actually, figure it out. They figured it out. It wasn't hard to figure out, but just the fact that they did, certain days, drops guaranteed. That was certainly something that I appreciated seeing. I'm really glad that they finally did that. So to me, that is what Vanguard Zero did right. They actually made farming basically something that was worthwhile. Where at first it was still worthwhile always, but it was always that annoying thing going I
just wasted 75 stamina. Yeah, and then I got
They-
1 triple R material or 0 triple R material, and you're like,
Super annoying.
like really.
Super annoying.
Then you gotta wait. Then you gotta wait the next day.
Got to wait
Unless you pay the
day.
gems. Unless you pay the gems to replenish the fights, which I just learned that you can do. I had no idea. That's so bad. I had no idea the other day. Somebody mentioned that. I'm like, what?
The major thing they need to fix is that stamina being 75. It should be your full stamina bar.
It should be your full stamina, exactly. Yeah. Especially since the more you go up in grade, you're getting more stamina. But you're only going to give me 75, even though it's like half of what I could actually have. Like,
yeah.
Why are you doing that? Especially if you're paying money for the gems and stuff, man. Like you're ripping my wallet at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, what it means is when you only refill, and say for example, 15 per fight. So that's like the typical, right? That you're probably going to do. Let's say the normal gem. I'm trying to get enough normal gems for my Dual Knights deck at the moment. If I was to put in 1 gem, refill, 75, 5 fights, guaranteed drop, 10 materials. I don't think I really want to spend 100 gems to get 10 materials. Like, that is challenging. That means that, I'm going to put in, say, 10 booster packs, get 1 double rare. That's guaranteed. But, I may as well drop 10 packs and probably get, 5 double and hope that it's one that I really needed. So it's super annoying. That maths, it's kind of like
I give you right.
Refill completely. It should not be a problem. Yeah, or even if it was 100, even if it was just 100, amount of gems equals amount of refill. You had 50 gems lying around. I want 50 stamina. Uses that. I have 100 gems, 100 stamina. Then people wouldn't be as annoyed. I reckon that is their next move that they should be thinking about.
Or make it so that I can fill my stamina bar to 99. So for people like me that plan out on the event stuff, I'd rather be at full 99 and not have to go 75, 75, 75, and then whoop, 75, 75, 75, whoop, 75, 75, 75, whoop. It's like...
because you definitely pay out for this when you go to be Murakamo and you try to be the first with the full deck. You're paying a crazy ton of money if you're only doing 75.
Love everybody.
I think it's great, though, that you strive to do that, though. I think it's great that you strive to be the first with the Murakamo deck. So, that's good. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of events, do we get the Tachikaze clan next month?
Yes.
Does anybody know what we're doing? That's what I thought. That's what I thought I heard.
Ancient Dragons.
I'm super
cool.
excited for Tachikaze, man.
I made them in JP. They're so fun.
Yes.
Okay. So, Scott, what is your second favorite thing that they brought into the fray?
I'm just really glad I don't have to deal with VP farmers that often. The fact that was listened to, I know we've already mentioned that, but for example, my player base in the Vanguard Zero community Discord server was super kind, right? They were giving me just $1 or $2 every now and then, and I said, I'll put this towards content creation. And I was super excited. I put $125 into creating a Shadow Paladin deck. Now, that was when the Shadow Paladin banner was first up, and I was able to create this deck, and I was like, yeah, finally, the gacha system paid off. It was good. So essentially, I had a full deck ready to rock and roll. And it's like, I'm going to go create some content with this. VP Farmer. First another VP Farmer. VP Farmer again. Get a proper game finally after having 30 minutes of waiting time.
And then it was the terrible matchup, too. You brick so hard after that, and you're like, and then VP Farmer.
It's so annoying. I'm so glad they actually fixed that.
Oh, no. I immediately, when I was making content, I skipped right over to just friend fight. I was like, I'm not diving in.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I went right over there.
Yeah.
Yep. I did the same thing. I got one of my best friends who actually played Vanguard with me. And I was like, dude, you got to play me. He's like, what's up? I was like, I'm trying to make content here, dude. I just want to get a match that's a general match and just show what the deck can do and to be done with it instead of what Scott said, just VP Farmer. Like, I can't show this. I can't do anything with this.
As you're going bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And it's massively challenging, isn't it? Like when you're sitting there on your phone and you're like, here's another one. Here's another one. I was told once that as a streamer, I should just leave the game if it's a VP farmer. If I'm streaming and if a VP farmer comes up, just throw it. Just throw it and move to the next game. Now,
Yeah, most people don't like watching it. It's not entertaining.
Yeah, of course it's not entertaining.
It's playing solitaire.
You don't really want to
that's
throw it.
basically it.
Yeah. It's a challenge for streamers, and I think that it was
I mean, if you're
having a negative impact on streamers, and I'm glad that they realized that, and people weren't wanting to watch Vanguard Zero streamers. And I was talking to Juan Bango about this yesterday, and I'm just really glad that they have actually removed this whole VP farming concept, or just made it like heaps more difficult. So in other words, they've improved their game, and that's what I love about Vanguard is that they listened, they improved. I've always found Bushiroad to be a great company that actually listens to their audience. At the same time, they do some silly decisions, but we let them know when it's silly. The community definitely lets them know when they've made the wrong decision, and they listen and they are very quick to respond, and I like that about Bushiroad. I mean, if any of you guys ever sent an email to Bushiroad and you get a reply back that is actually quite genuine, it's usually quite nice to reply back when you have an issue and they quickly address it. It's nice. It's actually like, stop bothering me, like super annoying, or it's not an automatic reply kind of deal most of the time. It's actually like a genuine, someone has taken the time to reply to you. That's another thing I like about being or Bushiroad, in other words.
Okay.
Bushiroad is Vanguard, let's be honest.
So let's get over into Anteiku Nations of two favorite things that have gone over that they've done. I want to hear
that we have gone over today, or
no, two things that they've done this year that you've been excited for. What inspired you? Because you did take a break and now you came back. What brought you back to them? Because again, you had to be still a fan of them to come back.
I've always been a fan of Vanguard. Like, I'll never stop. Like, Vanguard's just one game, I'm gonna geek over, and I'll never stop loving. Even if I can't, unfortunately, play a TCG, which if I could be playing the TCG, it's just no point for me right now to invest in that. But anyway, honestly, it was the changes like we were talking about to the system, the things that they are improving on, the things that they are listening to, between like PGs. That was a huge thing because like when I did stop. It was right when Ezel came out, right when Vermilion, but everybody was renting out MLB. And all I was seeing was MLB and crits being thrown on my face. And nothing feels bad or worse than when you've got no PG in hand and you just die. Because of the one thing that can save your life, you don't have, and you just die to this deck. And it was aggravating. But now,
the hand fixing you like, that's what you're trying to go with?
The hand fixing, along with the way that they did the PGs, the reworking of the PGs, the activation timing, that was a big factor. Because I'm like, okay, this is better. They can take me to 5, but yet I can still live.
Yeah.
I don't have to just outright die to MLB. Let's see. And I do like these new systems, these new, like what we got here on the screen, the deck building gacha. This one says that during the catastrophic outbreak, each pull of this gacha gets you reprint metal to spark cards for this gacha. This gives you another outlet to get the cards that you want, that if you don't pull them, well, then you can go and actually get the card that you want.
Yeah, the grabbing from older sets without having to spend in older set pulls, which I think is a very great way of doing it. I think they should implement it sooner than how late they've been, like having you to use middle of the month, like they've done with the Angel Feathers and Bermuda and everything like that. It should have been just all from the start. I should have been able to pull from the old stuff immediately instead of me having to waste all my packs halfway just to be able to prepare for the next month.
Yeah.
Now, here's one thing I do want to just mention real quick, and I do think it was an awesome idea because I think they took this from Shadowverse, was the implementation of the trial decks. Like, here's one thing, and I'm a little mad at myself. I needed one more Gantt slot still, right? If I'd have spent $10, got the trial deck, I would have got my Gantt slot and still had enough materials to make another Jewel Knight. And now I look at him I'm like, why didn't I just get the trial deck and get the Gantz a lot? Here's the cool thing though. If you've already got the Gantz slots, you already got everything in the trial deck, and like you're like, I need some extra materials. Spend $10 to get the trial deck, because everything in the trial deck all of a sudden becomes materials.
That's a good point. That's great.
It's not
and then you get an SP starter.
Exactly. Like I was tempted when I saw the Conroe. I was like, ooh, SP Conroe. I kind of want that, or the SP Solus, or I'm just like that's cool. My thing is though, I wish they would do that for all clans. I really wish they'd do one for like D Police, because I'm still down 2 regular Dayushas. Like if they would just give us a little trial deck, and there's a Dayusha.
They're slowly moving that direction. Remember, they came out with the 4 original guys, but they're slowly moving that direction. Hopefully,
I think it's beginner friendly though. It's a way to get a deck and get you started, and I just think that's something that they should do.
Yeah, what I'm not a fan of is the cost. Like it's $15, isn't it?
No, it's actually 10. It's 10,
sure.
And that's the cost of a regular trial deck in the TCG. So like you're literally
10 US.
But this is worse. It's the OG trial decks, guys. You don't want these.
That is. Let's just keep that in mind. That is the bad part. That's why I say they need to keep updating. I think with each new update, they should implement new trial decks. The fact that they haven't is kind of like mind blowing to me.
Yeah. I mean, they're literally losing out on money by not doing so. Like, if they actually took the time to add in structure decks on a regular basis, what are they thinking? Like, they would actually get money. Like, they would easily get money.
It's funny though, because like you get Blaster Blade in the trial deck, like they've not given us enough ways to get Blaster Blade in the game.
I mean, log in, you get like 4.
Been playing it. Yeah.
You log in, you get 4, so it doesn't matter.
That was your first thing, or have you said 2 things now?
He's at like 3.
Yeah, I'm at 3 because I wanted to mention that, because that was just something I was like, I'm a huge fan. I just wish they would keep pushing it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Avatar, do you want to tell us what do you think Vanguard Zero did right?
So there's a lot of things that over the time period they did fantastic after listening to their community and everything like that. So first off, we have ways for content creators / people that like to host tournaments to gain free packs. And again, that was such a great invention, making it so that tournaments can be played by a lot of people and give out free prize support without having to cost money out of our pockets. Again, and then you got something for rewarded. Go like, hey, here's a few things. Here. Here's thank you for hosting. Here's your ambassador symbol. Here's everything. This is our thank you.
Love it.
And it's it's helpful because now if you get a big enough crowd, you get like 15, 20 packs saying like, here, for your time and effort, let's give you this. And I think that was a really good way of doing it. And I think that's the best way they could have gone about that, especially in the times we were, because you couldn't have a store host it again. And now this now is the permanent thing. But the second thing I really love that they did, and I'm going to say this right now, is that it's going to get implemented in about a couple months for us, but they already implemented it this year for, JP, was that they gave the event clans that you were struggling to get. Everybody was struggling to get the cards they need. Now they're giving you away during that probably once a year, where you're revamping everything. You can pull from a gacha system and get the select cards of the clans you want. If you want Tachikaze, but you're missing like 3 cards from it on the SRRR, but you don't want to craft them because you got to build a new deck. Well, hey, here you go. Here's your way of getting it. Or do you want to just save your gems for when that comes out and just hold off on getting Tachikaze? Here's a way of getting back up to catch on the event clans that are you're so far behind, and people really struggled on that. And I think that's the correct way of moving forwards they need to do, or implement it every 6 months after everybody's gone through a cycle. Boom. Here's the last 6 of them. Here's the new stuff in it. Here's your chance and shot at it. I know people want to be able to craft them and stuff like that, but you know what? You don't need to. Just put them in the packs. We get now slimmed down into event clans of 3, and you kind of like now have the selective, I need this and I need this. So like with me, Mega Colony, I only picked up 4 triple R's when I built the deck because I wasn't building the other one because I didn't like the other one. So I skipped that. And I think that's really helpful for everybody to be able to proceed going forwards as a new player friendly system, is to give them every 6 months to make up for the event clans they missed. And I think
it's good like when you miss out on, because like I missed out on
Grand Blue.
Neonectar. I missed out on Musketeers. And I missed out on Tachikaze.
Yeah. And luckily you only need 1 Dark Rex with Tachikaze, thankfully. So you're fine there.
Yeah, because everything else was kind of like, it was
yeah,
it's not good.
But again,
I'm not really a Tachikaze kind of guy, but it's great that you guys enjoy it.
Oh no,
I'm
the
definitely
problem. Tachikaze, the original, is trash, hot trash. It's the second wave of Tachikaze that really makes it into a multi-attacking deck, like Mirakumo's is. Like you start feeling the same play style, but that's like the biggest issue on that. And I think this is a great way. If Game Freak continues on the path they are, they might survive longer. But the issue is going to come down how they handle Legion and they handle Stride. Because it is going to be that same gameplay we saw in the TCG where you hold on to your grade 3 and don't give it to your opponent, because one thing has to be printed immediately when this game drops, and that is Seabreeze. When Stride comes in, Seabreeze needs to be printed. It needs to be the first card you get, because this game will have that same issue the trading card game had if they do not print Seabreeze right off the bat. Or they make it so that it doesn't matter who gets on, like, if your opponent stays a grade 2 1 turn prior, then it punishes them for doing so. Like,
no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing too is it actually becomes too complicated with Generation Stride. Now, I personally was fine with it. Like, I'm a maths teacher and I understand what to do and all this business, but eventually, like, there are some people who read the cards and are just like, what? Like, or you introduce it to someone. I don't know if any of you guys ever was like, oh, hey friend, come and check out this game. I'll teach
Here's
you
a Stride deck.
Here's a Stride deck. I'll teach you the game. Go
like, what are you doing?
And they're like, oh yeah. Oh, 1 to 2. That's easy enough. 3. Oh, yep. Oh.
Now I discard these 6 cards
Now
in my
we're gonna
hand to
discard
make
it.
this into 4.
We're gonna pick up that deck. Yeah, flick through 16. Choose one of the 16 that you want. Yep, cool. Let me show you which one to choose, because I'm teaching you right now. Hey, choose this one. Yep. So you choose one. They slap it down on top, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's my Vanguard now." Okay, and then they have like a text this long to read, and they're just like,
"Oh yeah,
that's interest." All of a
and
sudden.
not only that. Not only that, but then also got abilities from the grade 3, because the grade 3's thing will start activating, and then you start doing other things. It's like all these abilities going off at one time.
Well, or when you say, "Oh, it's a grade 3 that brings out the Stride," and then it's your turn, and you discard the grade 1 that acts as the grade 3, just like, and their brain just implodes, and it's just like, yeah, you're meant to, this is a card that has this, and they're like, do I have one of those? Yeah, you played it as a booster like 2 turns ago. Like,
everything was vanilla until you strode anyway, so it was like, it didn't go off until I killed you on like turn 4. But we good, we Gucci.
It was like Break Ride on steroids, but it just felt just as bad as Break Ride, because Break Ride was like, you don't really do anything.
Legion on steroids.
Well, yes, Legion. Yes, that's even better. Comparison.
Yeah, and also
but you're right,
it was awful because people made so many mistakes as well. That was terrible. Unless you played with someone who actually knew what they were doing. Like you guys both played Cardfight Area, didn't you? No, Anteiku didn't.
I didn't, but I dabbled in it like early on.
Yeah, Avatar did. Avatar, you didn't play Cardfight. So anyway, it's like a free range deal. People could just like cheat and whatever. It's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we appreciated the free version for a while playing Vanguard Online. But yeah, without all the prompting and all that kind of stuff, it's really easy to waste your time on that. But at the same time, having that free range movement in the game was okay. But overall, complicated. Sometimes you just verse players, they thought they knew what they were doing, and you're like, that's wrong.
And they have a hissy fit.
And they have a hissy fit and leave. And you've just been in this game for like 10 minutes, but they just left. But there's no ranking system, so it doesn't matter that they really left. And then you just go find someone else, and the same thing happens. So you're just like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway, at least Vanguard actually, it's different. Oh, Entropy, hey buddy, hey. Saw Entropy in my chat. So anyway, it's definitely a bit of a challenge. I really do hope that they come up with a different idea entirely. Maybe leave Stride where it is, leave it, come up with something else. Stick with grade 3. That would be awesome.
I still wonder if they'll go the route of like, and this is just me, like I guess kind of wishful thinking, is that they would go the way of V, or like we already seen with Escalpate and Nouvelle Vague, where the grade 4s are actually still in the deck, and maybe you do something with the grade 3, you meet some kind of cost, and you can get the grade 4 out of the deck, versus doing the whole Stride thing.
You're hinting what Gear Chronicle does in Standard. No, we're not doing this.
Yes. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I actually agree with you. I think that what you do to get out Chrono Fang Tiger, I think it's what it's called. That is fine. That is the deck that I used in Cardfight area for a bit. That was really good. I actually felt like it was pretty fair that it was a card that you could draw, but of course you wanted to get it out, essentially Stride from the deck onto the Vanguard zone. But in particular, it certainly lowered the complicated idea of Stride by doing instead.
But they needed to give them gift markers because Luard got gift markers, and they just did not want to give Gear Chronicle gift markers when they strode. Nope.
I think you sound jealous, dude.
I am.
You sound a bit salty right now.
True.
Excuse me. They insulted my Chrono Fang. They could not give me an extra circle. I would like that. I would like to have things. I like finding things.
Like in all fairness, it should have got a circle. It should have.
Or when
Luard was actually one of my best cards too. The best. Good old Luard. Can you ever get an SP pack, by the way?
SP pack?
No.
I haven't pulled one yet.
I pulled one. It was so exciting. And you know which one it was? It was the Luard one. And I was just like, woo! It's so
Still
good.
liquid money.
And I actually won the tournament, and then I won that, and I pulled that, and I was just like, and then I sold it, right? 5 cards, I sold them, and then I bought a Luard deck with the 5 cards. So essentially when I won the tournament, I won a completed Luard deck because of it. And I was just like, this is amazing. This is so good. But you know what? I haven't been lucky enough since. I've not been lucky enough. Yeah, I can see your face right now. You're like,
hey, I was playing
originally
Gear Chronicle during that time.
Originally, I said for like Zero, I would like to see like a fighters collection. Like they do something like what we've done in TCG. Like you get this one bundle of like unique cards and stuff, and like maybe they'd be a high rarity. But I don't know if that's going to happen now because I was actually looking through the Seal Dragon support. And they actually in the set that in the Steel Dragon support actually got the Break Ride. We originally never got the Break Ride until Fighters Collection, like 2013 or 2014. I forget.
Yeah, they're pulling everybody sooner, which is good because now it makes it fairer for you to play.
But see, here's my hope. Is because we talked about this Legion being short because in the TCG there was only like 2 main boosters with 2 mini boosters. That maybe they actually, like, you were saying, Kyle, that everybody else had Legions too, eventually. So maybe we pull Vermilions out. Maybe we pull, I forget who else actually didn't get a Legion because they started giving, like, everybody a Legion mate. But Vermilions was pretty cool, and it's the first one that comes to my mind. Maybe that'd be cool. Maybe Zero will extend Legion where it's just not this short run, and then all of a sudden we're jumping into...
Well, they can. I've been saying that for a while now. Legion's going to last a lot longer than what people are expecting. Because, again, either they'll slip down the packs or they'll make things a little bit pulled sooner. But that's where they're going to do it. I think that's Legion is going to be that key focal point where they're going to pull cards that are way in advance, because guess what, guys? There's a G era card already in Zero, and it belongs to, guess what? Grand Blue. Grand Blue got.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, there's the Ghosty is a PG that only appeared in Night Rose trial deck.
Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
What a little secret.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that going to come out with the break ride support? Is that coming out like in Zero with the break ride support?
Yes, that's coming with the reverse. Yeah, that's their second PG they gave.
Dude, that's awesome. I want to get that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, the fact that we've already got like G era sleeves, so I mean, the image of the card's already there.
No, those are V era sleeves. They are not G era sleeves. Get it right.
Oh, I am so terribly sorry. I thought they were G.
They are G units, but it's from the V era. Huh?
I got you.
Did you guys want to finish on what we're planning for the next week for our channels?
Ooh, yes, that's a good question.
Yeah, let's finish it off. Go ahead.
Because
Anteiku.
Yeah.
Wait! You can't just call me out like that. Hold
you
on.
are. You're telling us what we're doing, what your plans are the next week. What kind of streams are you showing off?
Oh, okay. For next week, definitely more Vanguard Zero. Definitely more Vanguard Zero. Maybe a little bit of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, but definitely Vanguard Zero, man. Like I'm getting closer to having that Magus deck finished. Like it's finally getting to a reality. So yeah, guys, we'll definitely be doing Vanguard Zero.
But you got 4 days.
Oh yeah.
Until what?
Till the new set drops.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
And then now they decided they want to do that triple rare gotcha thing for Dazzling Divas, where like if you get the guaranteed triple rare and then you can get the SP medal. So I'm like, you're killing me.
I ain't spending money in it.
I don't think that I am. I'm gonna wait until the next set comes out and then put money back into the game.
Yeah.
What about you, Scott? What do you got planned for the week, man?
I reckon Ride My Avatar should go next.
Okay.
Go on, Evan. He looks like he wants to go next. Go on. Fill us in, buddy.
So, of course, Monday is my Digimon stream. I always play either through tabletop. I might show off a little bit of the new fan-made game so that everybody has an option to play it. That is a video that will be going live later today to show off the fan-made game. There is still bugs in it. It's still a work in progress. It is in beta phase. It is definitely, though, has online capabilities. So definitely we should probably play that one week to show off this game, because I know it is free for everybody and everybody wants to play Digimon and give it a shot. And I think everybody would enjoy that. Then, of course, we have Juan Mango versus me on Friday, where we're going to be duking it out, going around head-to-head on the first, because I want to get my revenge match that I have waited for long enough. Because, again, I lost because I sat on Bermuda last, and I should not have done that. I should have went right into the Neonectars, and I was at a 5-game lead on him, and then I got stuck on Bermuda. But now my Bermuda decks work like butter, and they will come back with a raging storm. So
like butter. Raging Storm. Yeah. Cool.
And then we got also Kingdom Hearts stream will be coming in sooner or later this week. I have yet to make a decision on when I'm doing a Kingdom Hearts proud run through, but we will be playing every game of Kingdom Hearts, and that'll be all through the month. And I can't wait to be dying at every 30 seconds because I'm making poor life choices here. But there also will be a catch. I will make a slight announcement when I am doing the Kingdom Hearts stream to hopefully, if you guys support me wise with subs or bits or anything like that, the more you put into it, I'm going to have a goal mark. If we end up on hitting that goal mark, I will play Kingdom Hearts 2 on level 1 run and pretty much torture myself on a level 1 run where I have to beat it as level 1, no level ups, anything like that. And then, of course, Saturday will be the normal Vanguard Zero, King of the Hill match, and then also live streaming Digimon from my card shop as I kick butt doing that.
Nice, dude. Wait, did you say your card shop?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that all sounds really good. Did you want to add anything else?
No, I'm good. And then we do have our podcast weekly, and we just lost Anteiku.
Yeah, literally everything just shifted now.
It's okay. Anteiku lost internet, sadly. So let me just fix you up, Scott. And then we'll just...
Yeah, we all just moved, didn't we?
Yeah, give me a sec. I gotta fix you.
Yeah, I need to fix you up as well.
Well, we'll just have to finish us up as the final showrunners.
That's right. It's a shame that he's gone, but... Did he message you and say he just lost internet?
Yeah. So we're just going to make myself disappear, and I'll just crop his face for the last little bit of it.
Yeah, we'll just add his face in. Yeah. One second, everyone. I'm just fixing it on my end as well. It'll only be a moment. Here's a black screen for me.
Yeah.
Ah, what a shame.
This man causes more technical difficulties.
He's alright. We'll fix him up next time.
Yeah. So
I'm nearly done.
Okay.
Crop my face that little bit more, and we're good. Yeah, guys, it was actually streaming from Discord. So the fact that he just went offline, everyone's face is just like, whoop, just shifted over since he dropped out of the call, and we'll shift again if he comes back.
Yeah.
But yeah, my plans for the channel this week, definitely be streaming Vanguard like 5 times a week still. Went really great this week. Actually did manage to stream quite a few times this week for Vanguard Zero. Even, I don't think it was 5. I don't think it was 5 to be honest, but it was pretty damn close just because of Christmas and all that kind of stuff. We did Duel Links a number of times. Pokemon trading card game we are yet to explore, but super keen to be working on that soon. And, of course, the lovely other games as well, such as Overwatch, League, Genshin, Animal Crossing, Fortnite, Smash, and I have a new one now called Sea of Thieves. I've been literally
Sea of Thieves.
like a pirate reference. Been literally roped into that game now, so very keen.
We'll have to play that sometime. I have that game as well. I haven't been able to play because nobody wants to play it.
Oh, really? Well, there's a few people that I know that definitely want to play it. So, yeah, you should party up with us. Eternal Tale in my Discord server, he plays it. Super Stew, Mr. Mayonnaise, and they all were like, it's on sale, buy it. I was like, all right, I said I would. Command says, hey, by the way, he's in my stream. You can go over to his stream as well, Command. Keep us both open and say hey to him as well. Command, I don't think you're in my Discord yet, buddy. I'm going to put you in that. I'm going to give you the invite if you would like to come and join. Here's the door opening.
I think we all had a good run, and I think our good friend Final Phase is past his bedtime.
In the morning, people, we do need to probably close the stream now. But guys, it has been a pleasure having you here. It's been great. Ride My Avatar as well. Guys, don't forget that Ride My Avatar is the leader as well for the Discord. Ride My Avatar is the leader for the podcast. I see I'm getting tired because it's 3:30 in the morning. And
I'm the puppet master behind Scott the whole time. I'm just playing Scott.
Yeah. But Avatar is the ideas behind this. When he did actually bring up the idea of the podcast, I was like, I want you to lead it. So I thought it'd be really great for his channel.
Well, originally he was against it. Just giving you a heads up. Originally you were against it. You were like, nah, I don't have time.
I was a bit concerned about time, and then I was like, no, let's do it. Yeah, I don't really remember fully about that conversation because it's 3:30 in the morning. I only use that excuse. but I'm actually really glad that we're doing this. It's actually really great to collab with you and Anteiku as well when his internet is actually working.
Yeah.
But it is not. But anyway, it's actually been really, really great.
Yeah,
You guys. The last 2 weeks more so.
Yeah.
So,
thank you guys for coming out and hanging out for us. And remember to follow all your small streamers and content creators. Just give them some love. Remember to follow me. I'm Ride My Avatar. You can find me on all my social medias. Usually under the same handle. Find Final Phase under all his social medias under the same handle. And you find Anteiku Nation under all his same handles. And just don't mind, he is now an anime character for a good while. He might not come back, anything else like that. We're going to have long discussions when we're offline. So, guys, thank you for coming out, hanging out, and chatting with us. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
nice. Thanks so much, everyone. See you for now. And of course, Anteiku Nation would say, what does he say to finish?
I don't know. That's sad.
See you next time. I don't know.
See you next time on Anteiku.